Searching for the battle you won't find. Look at him spinning around, spinning around town. I caved in because I kind of want to see the sequel in cinemas, because it was a 9 out of 10 movie, supposedly, with nearly 200,000 reviews on IMDb. So I decided to check out the first movie, and honest to God, I went into this movie with no expectations whatsoever. The only expectation was that I don't like Timothée Chalamet. I just don't like his face, and he's not that good of an actor in my opinion. I look past that relatively quickly, but like people who went into this movie not knowing it was half of a fucking book, the first half of a book, they would have left the cinema with like, what the fuck just happened? It was one act that was stretched over to 2.5 hours. You know? Like, I went to this movie thinking it was going to be a movie based off a book, not half of a fucking book. You know? And probably whenever I rewatch it, if part 3 will ever come out, I think I would enjoy it more because it connects the two movies together. Sure, but like that, you can't make a part 1 and part 2 fucking with 4 years of a difference. It just doesn't work. Also, you introduced to characters that you like, they die. There's characters you're introduced to that just aren't in the movie ever again, that are apparently in the sequel, but we don't know what the fuck happened to them. Like, apparently fucking Josh Brolin's character has hair now, even though the war was meant to be like 1 week or some shit. I don't fucking know. Dave Bautista's character is like barely in the film, even though he's made to be the main antagonist. Zendaya is not in the fucking film. Like, I get it's world building and the visuals are fucking insane, and like it makes you feel like there's multiple worlds in this universe. Also, like it's the thing that it's a Star Wars treatment. I know this thing inspired Star Wars, but I always saw that, like, why the fuck is one singular planet the equivalent to one country on Earth? Like, I don't understand who did that, because, like, when they were on the planet Atreides, or, like, whatever, it felt so empty. Like, do they just own the one portion of this? Do they live in this one portion of this planet, but own the entire thing? Like, how does that work? Apparently they have air power and water power. We don't see that. We don't know their power. And it's all like, it's just the fucking possum's dog. It's okay. And we see fucking and like throughout majority of it, we're trying to like learn what the Dune planet is all about, of how the people who are living there got so used to having the spice in the atmosphere, whatever, that their eyes turn blue and all that stuff, and how their suits turn tears and sweat into water and drinkable water, so it cools you down as well. But, like, it's building up this, like, insane, like, spice thing where people make a bunch of money, and it's the most sacred substance in the universe, because it is the fuel of, like, space travel. But they have a war on the planet, which doesn't make any sense. You'd think they try to protect the planet. Like, I don't care if they, like, want world domination, but, like, don't they still have spaceships? Don't they still need the spice? I know they're wealthy and they probably sold it all, but still, like, why the fuck would you try to do that? Why destroy the planet? That was pretty dumb. Also the shields, like, because I saw Most Critical's review of it. And people in the comics were like, "Oh, you're so dumb. It was perfectly explained." No, it wasn't. The shields weren't explained at all. Was not explained whatsoever that a slow approach will fucking go through the shield. It wasn't shown that. What I saw was that the sharp edges were deflecting off the shield, but then the thin edges was going through the shield. That's what I saw. And how the tiny darts got through. From me watching the movie, I didn't read the book, so you can't say that like people watching the movie will figure this shit out. No. I didn't even think of, well, sure, I saw the rockets there and be like, rockets, cool. But then like, they said that high velocity guns would just bounce off or some shit. But like, we don't think that watching this fucking movie blind. I was just confused why the fuck the shields were, sure, they're cool when they're sparring, but people said it was explained in that sparring session how it works. It didn't. It didn't even do show not tell. I was just more confused how, unless Timothée Chalamet's character was doing like fast, slow, but that's like a split second scene. Like if you blink and you miss it basically. Also, fucking somehow Timothée Chalamet's character is like a super. He's like the second coming of Jesus or some shit. He has like this power of the voice, which is basically the Force, but it's different. The voice like makes people do shit like let me go or some shit like that, whatever. But apparently only women are meant to have that power, which is weird. I found it to be weird that only women's meant to be allowed the power. However, that chick allowed him to have this power. Also, apparently his dad doesn't know about it, which is a bit weird, and his dad fucking dies. And apparently she's pregnant, which I don't know if that's true or not. Also, Jason Momoa's character is the best character in the fucking movie, and he dies, and we know he's going to die. Like, seeing him just fight people and survive 1-on-1. Oh, not 1-on-1, well, like 1-on-10. And stealing a ship. And scaring enough enemies for them to run away to steal that ship. That was sick. Also, I was expecting, like, what the fuck were the people gonna be doing with the, like, the sickles or whatever the fuck they were. I was thinking, like, are they gonna ride the fucking sandworms? They do, and they show at the very end of the movie. But, like, I do want to know, if that is the sand power, what's the air power and the water power? We don't see that. We never see it. Because we, like, were on that planet for, like, maybe the first 30 minutes of the movie. I just don't know what their power is. What is their power? You know? What's the power of Atreides? You know? What is it? Do they, like, manipulate air into fucking Kamehameha waves or some shit? I don't know. Also, I could have sworn I saw scenes of Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet in the trailer together, like, kissing. And talking about how this wasn't from the second movie trailer, because I saw that as well. I mean, from years ago, seeing the first trailer, I could have sworn that they were kissing and talking about how he can be the key to, like, unite the two nations together to, like, bring the end of the war. But that's not even in this movie. Or maybe it's one of those, because I read on IMDb that they shot scenes that were going to be the ending of Dune 1, but actually are the beginning of Dune 2, so they had a bunch of shots from Dune 1 that they put into Dune 2. Like, if those scenes that I'm remembering from the trailer are gonna be in the beginning of Dune 2, sure. But, like, you're kind of misleading your audiences. I'm probably misremembering, because it's been fucking so many years since the loud-ass trailer started appearing. I wasn't interested in the trailer for Dune 1 or 2, to be honest. I mean, the visuals, I honestly think I'd be more hyped from this franchise if Timothée Chalamet wasn't the lead actor. I swear, if it was any other actor, I probably would have liked it. But I just don't know why. I don't know why I have this innate hatred of Timothée Chalamet. Maybe it's just because he became famous out of nowhere, and he became like the #1 heartthrob of Hollywood when he's not remotely good looking, you know? Having a sharp jawline doesn't make someone attractive, you know? I don't get how he's... Like, there's the shot of him next to his father and mother on, like, in the ceremony, and he has, like, this hair up, and, like, mate, it's so laughable. I legit audibly laughed in that scene because he looks so funny. He was trying to be, like, a facial and, like, character actor, but it didn't work. It was just too funny to look at. I don't know where this innate feeling came from, you know? It's the same thing I have for, like, Amy Schumer, had for Jennifer Lawrence to an extent. Like, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. I just don't like seeing these people on my screens. I don't understand how this movie is an 8 out of 10. If you go into this movie knowing it's half of a book, sure. But if you go into the movie thinking you're going to watch a movie, you're going to be fucking disappointed. I was disappointed by everything. I thought this was going to be a movie, not a set-up movie. You know, this is the reason why I didn't like Fallen Kingdom, because it felt like it was setting up the sequel. And I'm the type of person who likes expanding of a universe. I love the MCU. I love the Arrowverse, you know. But I don't understand why so many people love the first film. I do not get it. It felt like you gave me a massive chapter 1 and the beginning of chapter 2 to 3, and, like, didn't show me anything. You know? All I remember is that Paul, his name's Paul, his dad is dead, his mum is powerful, and he has a crush on Zendaya because he dreams about her. And that's basically what the entire movie was about. And about the, Harkonnens? I don't fucking remember. Like, it's definitely not an 8 out of 10 movie. I think this opinion would change years down the line, because I thought I didn't like Avatar. I rewatched it, I liked it. Even The Way of Water, whatever. I hopefully, whenever I watch Dune Part 2, I don't know when it'll be. Hopefully it's this week sometime. Hopefully I will enjoy it, because if I don't enjoy that, I probably won't rewatch these movies unless Dune 3 is greenlit. Like, it's an average movie for me. It's not even an average, it's not even a movie. It's like a pilot of a TV show that follows a 3-act structure that doesn't have the 3 acts. I felt like it was just on this, like stagnant level of, like, exploring everything that was cool about Arrakis and the universe. Then this war started happening with insane visuals, and then at the very end, it's there. Like, having a movie act like that is not good. It's honestly not. Having a up, and there wasn't a climax in the movie. The final fight wasn't a climax. It was the only fight in the movie, basically, besides the sparring session. And since he looked into the future, basically, it was cheating. So it wasn't. I don't get how this movie is popular and it widely liked. Maybe it's people who read the books watch this and be like, this is identical to what the book is. I like it. I just wish I liked this. I wish I did. Like, I feel ashamed that I didn't like it. You know? I feel, like, so disappointed that I didn't like this popular thing. I like a lot of popular things. I like Star Wars, I like DC, I like Marvel, I like a lot of popular movies, you know? But this is the only popular movie that I didn't like. And it won 6 Oscars. I don't get that. You know? Maybe the visuals and score, maybe. But where did the Oscars go? Because the story wasn't fucking complete. Maybe costuming, sure. I don't get this. I don't get the hype behind this fucking movie. I genuinely don't. You know? Sure, masterful fucking filmmaking. Like, commend the fucking people who are, he made the movie, but my god, I don't understand how this movie is this fucking massive. Especially for a movie that came out in 2021 with no confirmation of a sequel. Like, it wasn't an Infinity War and Endgame when we knew a second Avengers movie was going to be coming. Because it used to be called Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Fucking hell, Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2 felt like 2 different movies. Same did like Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. They felt like 2 different movies. And beginning your saga with a Part 1 and Part 2 movie, I feel is weird. Like, are you gonna call Dune Part 3 Dune Part 3? Or are you gonna call it Dune something else? Because if that's the case, are you gonna make another one after that? Call that the 3rd movie? Or are you gonna be like, oh hey, you have to watch both these movies back to back to actually watch it properly? I'm like, then why the fuck didn't you do that in the first place? It's so fucking irritating. So fucking, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And I probably need to rewatch it in a couple years' time whenever the fucking 3rd movie comes around. But like, I honestly felt more excited watching Madam Web than fucking watching this movie. I legitimately wanted to hop into the hive mind to like this fucking movie, but I just don't. And I don't know why I don't. I like a lot of movies that are bad. But like, I won't fault the book, because the book was written fucking like in the 40s or whatever. And to be fair, I didn't hear about this book until the movie came out, so was it that successful as a book? You know? I heard of fucking, a lot of these, book movies as a book before they turn into a movie. Anyways, that's my little spiel on fucking Dune. I watched that movie because I kind of caved in and I was excited to see Dune Part 2. I feel the same now as I did before watching the movie. I don't feel like reinvigorated or anything. You know, well, it wasn't the same feeling after watching fucking the Mission Impossible movies, which I loved. I thought I wasn't going to like, but I loved. I thought I was going to like this, and I didn't like it. And it wasn't because of Timothée Chalamet. It was just dull. It felt an incomplete movie. And don't tell me it's a part 1 of a 2-part movie, but like, you can't do that. Also, making it a 2.5 hour long part 1 movie. We're in the era of TikTok brain where people only watch 1 minute at a time. How the fuck are you gonna put a 5-hour movie split into 2, 5 years apart, or 2021 to 2024? Anyways, I'm not gonna talk about this movie until I watch Dune 2. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna do that, to be honest. Anyways, last night I watched a movie that my cousin is in. He's an extra in one of the scenes, and a pretty long scene that he's as an extra for, to be honest. So if you watch this movie knowing what he looks like, you'll probably see him. I was even trying to look for him, and I found it. I couldn't find my family friend, even though I knew they were at the beginning of the movie. The movie is Ricky Stenicki. It's weird because I knew of this movie before everyone else did, because he's in the movie. Like, I looked up on IMDb and it said like a couple people were in the movie. It said that it only said John Cena and Zac Efron when I so looked it up like fucking a year and a half ago. This movie was shot in Melbourne. There were like the airport staff were shot at the Avalon Airport in Victoria. The casino stuff was at Crown Casino, even though it was meant to be Atlantic City. A lot of the street scenes look like Australian streets, and there was a bunch of Australian cast in it. You know, the news anchor was Australian. The fucking the bunch of the disabled people were Australian. You know, the Big Ed was Australian and is another wrestler. I like this movie. You know, I don't think many people are going to watch it because it's a Prime original, and it hasn't really been getting any marketing at all. I've only seen John Cena post about it, and he made an OnlyFans about Ricky Stenicki, which is fucking funny. But look. I went to this movie, wanted to see my cousin. Yes, he's in it. He probably got paid maybe $100 or less. But he's in the movie. He's in a Hollywood considered movie, in a movie with three pretty big actors: William H. Macy, which I know from Jurassic Park 3. People know him from Shameless. John Cena and Zac Efron. I don't know any other actor in the movie, unfortunately. There was the IT guy was supposedly an Australian like Indian comedian, but I didn't recognize him. But I liked it. Like this is probably gonna be one of the comedies that is just going to be in the back of my head, and like I want to watch again randomly, like how people want to rewatch fucking Step Brothers. Also, for the longest time I was like, what the fuck is that Ricky movie called? Now I'm just gonna remember it's Ricky Stenicki. And I was like, that's such a weird name. And sure, kids made it up, but like, when he became the real person, he made his name Richard Barbara Stenicki. So it's rhyming because his last name's actually Stenicki, but he made his first name Ricky Stenicki. It could be Dickie Stenicki. Also, there's a lot of disabled people there, which I like to see. It must be very weird being an actor in a very like a public place, but that public place is quiet. Like, cause at the Atlantic City there was a bunch of people walking past, and there was music on. But since it's a movie, the only audio you hear are the voices. I don't know how they do the voices from the background. Maybe they record some random conversations or whatever. Because it's the same thing in Big Bang Theory. People are just there in the restaurants just... And they're just mouthing words at the end of the day. But I would recommend it. It's shot in my city. I don't know how much of it, but it looks like a lot of it was. Apparently this movie was like greenlit in 2010 for some reason, but it came out this year. Also, Zac Efron, I don't know what he did or how he did this surgery or whatever, but he's like when he was in Baywatch, that was probably his peak look. You know, he was buff. He had his face was perfect, but he had this surgery. I don't know if it was probably a health related thing, but his face is different. Even though he looks the same, he's a different face. If you bring up Baywatch Zac Efron and Ricky Stenicki Zac Efron, it's not just age. I genuinely, it's unfortunate because it doesn't look that good. I'm sorry. John Cena looks the same as he did fucking 20 years ago. And I'm glad he's become an A-list actor. He went from being Fred's fucking dad from the Fred fucking movies to being an A-list actor that everyone knows through wrestling. Like, not many actors are known from another field and that are as successful as The Rock, as John Cena. Even Dave Bautista started as a wrestler, but it wasn't as famous as a wrestler. But good on John Cena. He's actually a pretty good actor. He's Peacemaker. He's Ricky Stenicki. He's in a bunch of stuff that I've seen. What was his first acting gig? I'm gonna look up. And his name is John Cena. Also, he was in Bumblebee, and he's in Fast and Furious. It's so weird, bro. He's in all 3 Fred movies. Why the fuck is he in all of the movies? And he's in an episode of Hannah Montana? What the fuck? What was his first actual movie, though? He was in a movie called Marine. The Marine. It didn't do well. It had a 20 million budget and it got 22 million. That's pretty bad. He was in an episode of Psych. He was in an episode of True Jackson VP. Legendary. What's this? Wasn't well received. He was in the Fred movies. The Reunion. Scooby-Doo. The Russell Manley movie. He was in Parks and Rec. So I think probably his first successful movie would have been Trainwreck or Daddy's Home. What the fuck? Surf's Up 2? Since what? No way. There's a fucking sequel. Wave Mania. That's fucking hilarious. Damn, he was in one episode of Psych, then he was in the fucking movie. It's crazy. Isn't the fucking voice Sonic or something? Anyways, Ricky Nikki, another 7 out of 10 movie. I liked it. I liked it probably better than Dune, which is weird to think about. I thought I was gonna love Dune. It's like, it's right up my alley. It's an action blockbuster. And visually appealing. A pretty fucking big cast and like one-on-one fight scenes. But like, I don't get it. I don't get the fucking hype. I really wanted to like it, which is the sad thing. But I don't get it. I don't get it. And it won fucking 6 Oscars. Bruh, like, fucking, the MCU has out of the 20 plus movies it's produced, it's won a fucking, like, 4. And I think RDJ was robbed for Tony Stark. Sure, people argue that Tony Stark was just him, but maybe he became Tony Stark because if Iron Man failed, he would have fucking probably went back on drugs, maybe. Probably would have OD'd. And if the MCU wasn't a thing, I honestly think a lot of these superhero movies probably wouldn't have been made. You know? Like, the Spider-Mans would have still remained, and the X-Men's probably would have remained, but if Iron Man 1 wasn't good, I don't think we would have gotten a successful franchise. Sure, I know they were making Incredible Hulk at the same time. At the beginning, they were trying to disconnect them both, but we all know that it's even today people argue that it's not part of the MCU. Mate, it is. Thaddeus Ross is in it. RDJ himself is in it. The movie is referenced in fucking Avengers. Even the alternate opening was. Anyways, I'll shut up now. Ah, he's playing. He's playing. He's playing. He's playing Saints Row. I really like Saints Row 4. That was my Saints Row game when it came out years ago. I remember I was watching the Rad Brad or even Tetra Ninja play it, and I just enjoyed it. Like the powers, I liked it. Having a looter shooter, with powers, insane. Anyways, let's play. Let's play the fucking. It's time to play the game. I may or may not be able to stream it tomorrow. Hopefully we can. I want to. Let's teleport down. I need to shield rush a bunch of enemies, even though I know it. Ooh. Who's this? I don't remember having people join me. Are people gonna be in here now?
You got this, Director.
I already listened to that one.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building.
Alright, let me play the nail. It's time to play the game. Apparently, supposedly, at the beginning of when this game came out, no one was able to play it or something. Oh no, no one. What am I saying? No one was able to like go through the game because the map system was so shit. Which is funny to me because if it was like this from the beginning, it would have been easy, right? There's something over there. Oh. What is this? I'm sorry, what? How am I? Yeah, I won't be able to make it. I'm up. I mean, like, I should have maybe... gotten that ability, but... I don't know how I can go down there.
Jesse, hey!
Emily, how did she get down here?
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here.
Minerals.
Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes. Jesse, you're back. So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
A rare one, then. Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key. Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. But keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number. The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. Before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop
Steve
itself.
right here with a Control Foundation guide, and this time we're looking at Pope's collection, which you initially get after Emily Pope comes down into the crossroads, the nail area. You have to talk to her about some ID cards that you'll find in the warehouse. Now, after you finish talking to Emily, she'll give you an all-important skeleton key that we'll need for one of those cards, but we'll just switch over now to the warehouse and we'll go and look for them. Now, card number 1 is pretty easy to find. It's in the far right room of these yellow huts, if you look on the bottom left bunk bed where I've just done.
All of the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense. And a couple of my instruments have already broken. I didn't take you for a
Whoa.
Continue on. I didn't record this properly. See that yellow room at the top of this ramp? If you go into that room, it's on the table. You can see the...
Maybe they fixed it. I was worried about that glitch.
Card on this little map picture. Now from that hut, you want to keep going up and around the corner past this giant light and look for this piece of scaffolding. The ID card is on top of the scaffolding, just on the floor there. You can already see it.
See?
Now the fourth ID card is basically above where we just were, but you need to kind of get up a little bit higher.
I think I've been up here yet.
From the control point, I've just jumped kind of straight ahead onto this high bit of scaffolding. You'll then need to go and use your pull powers to bring out...
What if I didn't choose the pull power? What happened? What would happen? Well then.
platforms here to get up even higher. And I think I stuff up this second one. Yeah, I did. That's alright. Don't panic. Get back up. Now, once you get to the third ledge, you'll just need to kind of look to your right and see a hole in this big column. So if you...
Another one of those ID cards. Security chief.
What? They spawned in again.
Levitate up and into that hole. You'll find that the ID card is right on the ground by those two pieces of paper. Now, the fifth and final card is just at the very bottom and back of the column. You use the skeleton key that Emily gave you to get into the elevator room. This ID card was for an excavation engineer. Why did so many people abandon their cards down here?
Alright, so I need to pick up all of them.
From the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years. Not even Ahti. No way he'd stand for this. There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, in a space in each terminal for an ID card. But which card goes where?
Like having a pickup collectible when you're not meant to pick them up, it's kind of weird. Ah, shit. I deleted the wrong one. It's fine. I'm assuming this is the head because here's the flag, has the photo. This is a light. Probably the engineer. That's map, so that's cartographer. This is probably the easiest one. This is weapons.
This person obviously liked
Yeah.
guns.
Security. Then science. Is that an ohm meter? Probably. Yeah.
It worked. Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes
How
who
smart.
knows how far down.
I did it. I did a fucking first try. I never really get puzzles first try.
The room itself, and you'll find that the last ID card is just sitting on the ground waiting for you to collect it. Now that fifth ID card is actually in the same room as the elevator itself. To go down the elevator though, you'll need to solve one more puzzle, and we've got an image up on the screen right now that shows you exactly where those 5 ID cards need to go. So from this image, Jesse is standing at the back of the elevator room.
Grinding for duck. There's a valve. Alright, let's do it.
More dust. Still, this lab's way tinier than any of Darling's.
It's gonna be enemy spawning, fucking guaranteed. I don't wanna press that. I have a hunch on. I have a hunch. I know that's what that's for.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
Oh. What the fuck are you? Why does it keep me showing me? Maybe it's the updating of the missions.
This looks like the nail, only mini.
A mini nail. Okay, a screw. These are the same. I have a better one.
A document. Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
I have a hunch I know what that's for. What popped out? What popped out? I heard something, I couldn't see something. Oh, that's a cat. Oh. Oh. Oh, it popped out and then teleported. Oh. I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like the only way we can get to the next one is using the other, going back in to get the other power, I think.
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? It looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse. Crystals, cave paintings, rust-filled sand. Hey, this place is a research gold mine.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Why is it forcing me to do the second DLC first? Why? Maybe it will think I'm too OP? I got 5. Fuck. Basically, I want that shield up higher. back to the warehouse. How do I summon them again? It says I could, but I don't know how. Oh, these are the eyeballs. Dance with the kickouts. With the dance, 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 with the dance, 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 dance. Wonder if I teleport to executive, would she be there? Try it. Oh. Let's teleport from the DLC to the main game. You can do that in Spider-Man, but it's weird. She is in here. Sneaky bastard. I do want to know, how do I get up there? And now she's back. There is things there. I just... Wait. I thought the deployed ranger was getting the deployed ranger to get killed, not to kill 5 enemies. Oh, fuck. fuck? Fighting the same enemy. Stupid guy. I do wonder, like, do they give you these missions just depending what power you get? Because that's what it fucking feels like.
This area looks newer. Is it from the upper floors?
And this ritual will give us that ability, I'm assuming. I don't know if the collectibles...
There's something behind that his barrier.
I don't know if the collectibles count for the boxes we unlock. I don't know. Who is the best three? Don't risk it. Imagine this type of place in real life. It'll be fucking terrifying. Kiev, as in Ukraine. Doogie, he knew him.
Send a ranger out. Director's orders.
Reinforcements are here!
Sorry? So you're telling me full. The fuck? Did he kill any enemy? Really? I thought the trophy was get your deployed ranger killed 5 times. Ugh. That would've been way easier.
You're listening to America Overnight, now in its 29th year. Or is it? It is, don't worry. Tonight we're discussing thrift store oddities and one-of-a-kind finds. Peggy's on the line from Biloxi. She and her husband found a beautiful Himalayan salt lamp at a garage sale. Tell us about it, Peggy.
I'd heard of salt lamps, you know, those glowy rocks you plug in. They're supposed to release negative ions. Clear the air? I got one, only $4, and I put it in our living room. I thought it would look nice there. It gives the whole room this lovely orange glow.
Now, this is usually when the call takes a turn.
It's my husband. When he's in the living room, he won't take his eyes off the lamp. He's obsessed with it. If I turn it off, he gets so upset. He says it needs to stay on no matter what. Last night, I woke up at 3 a.m. He wasn't in bed. I found him in the living room, staring at the lamp. He was smiling. His eyes were open, but I thought he might be sleepwalking, so I shook him. He just kept smiling at the light. Then, he started to speak. He said, every time a reflection reflects itself, it gets a little greener.
I've read that.
Then he turned to me. He was still smiling, eyes open. My husband's eyes are brown, almost black. But the eyes of the man in the living room last night, his eyes were green.
Sounds just like Decatur. Get everything you can out of it. I'll let you know. Peggy, I'm so sorry to cut you off there, but we need to go to commercial. I'd like you to stay on the line, though. My producer, Karen, needs a little more information. Okay?
Okay.
America Overnight. We'll be right back.
And you think with a painting behind it, we'll have a hidden thing.
Someone call a plumber.
Glad no one was around to hear that.
Is that by accident? Okay, I was thinking. I was legitimately thinking about that trophy as soon as I saw this bathroom. I didn't realize it would be the trophy. That's officially our first trophy of this DLC. Really? I guess just playing, just going in and killing enemies. There's enemies in, floating dudes in here.
You're listening to America Overnight, a beacon in the darkest recesses of possibility for more than 29 years. We have another letter from a listener. This one's unsigned, but postmarked from Toledo. It says, "Dear America Overnight, I have the most wonderful appliance for your listeners. It is a miracle of God. A fondue set. A fountain. A blessed gift. Blessed is spelled with a capital B. Go on, Bayrite. Dive on in. It is molten hot. Perfect for meat. No signature. As far as I know, no fondue set was sent to us here at the studio. Just this letter. Wait. I think there's something else in the envelope. Some kind of black powder. With white shards in it? Bone, maybe? Karen? What is this? Karen? You're on the air, Karen. Where are you? What? What's this powder in the booth? Is this ash? Oh God. Karen? How do I cut to commercial?
Did he die? Is that what just happened?
Regulation 18.A.
So that's the altered item. Looks pretty secure. I should hire someone who builds smaller machines. No power. Typical.
Personnel may now safely enter. Have a Bureau full day.
That's where we're meant to go.
Properly trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
That's the
I
Orchard
remember
Island.
that camera. How the hell did it get out? Are they just shooting movies now? After that
Fuck! Hey! Jesus.
No way am I sharing the spotlight with the kids.
See the frame got smaller?
Thought you could lose me, huh? Let me help you do it here. I almost had it.
Teleport from this to that. In fact, I think we're not actually moving. Crazy.
Too tall for this ride.
Going for pretty long, to be honest.
Wait. What? We're back? Did that really just happen? It felt like a dream. Or maybe a bad movie.
Legitimately, I told you that we weren't actually moving. Because we were just standing on this the entire time. But I do wonder what happens if you like dropped out like here. Would you die automatically? Oh, this is the only one that isn't blacked out. was wondering when we were able to do that. It was actually pretty fun. This wasn't very hidden. New language. I wonder if someone translated that. Control Foundation. For a 5-hour long DLC, I'm having a long time playing. Did you wake up? For DLC, these missions are fucking long, bro.
Worst I've ever seen is take the nail. End of the world.
So I can't let the hiss take the nail. Not a problem. I know how to handle them.
I snuck into the Foundation through a back door I know. Had to get ahead of the hiss. Just a matter of bypassing the ritual protection. Luckily, the board's as distracted as the rest of the Bureau. I had to put on a brave face up there, but the situation is the worst I've ever seen. We're getting back on our feet, but we've already lost so much. Trench is dead. Darling is... someone. I'm the only one left. But I still have a job to do. Keep the hiss back. There's not enough HRAs to spare, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Frankly, I don't even know what will happen if the hiss take the nail. Trench made it sound like it'd be the end of the world. He was never one to exaggerate. Well, orders are orders, even if they come from a dead man.
I wonder if I could glide to some of them. Surely there's a way to get infinite levitate on this spell.
Another etching.
Hello? Ford, are you there? Okay, what the hell is going on? Wait, I'm back here? Wasn't my idea. Blame the eyeball. Former. Yeah, we've had our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
I feel like this will come in handy for fucking everything. Oh, that's it.
I don't like you deciding what I can't have.
I wonder if getting the 3-in-1 did that just then. That's not really how physics works, but
I'm getting pretty tired of being jerked around the astral plane. If you're listening, I want some answers.
I wonder if you play this DLC without completing the side missions of the main game, would you even know what Former is? And why Jesse had differences with it?
Hi there. It was nice of you to give me something the board wouldn't. What are you getting out of it? So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever you are? Hungry? I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you meant, was it? Are you part of the board? Or used to be? Okay, so you split because the board blamed you for... Gotta be easier to play charades. Do I need to rescue someone? I don't know what I expected. Listen, this has been great, but I have to go. Thanks for your help, and, stay out of trouble.
What is Former trying to tell me about the board? Should I trust either of them?
Is he gonna say 50%? Yep.
if it isn't my favorite director. The Rangers found a section of the containment sector in the caves, but no house shifts occur down here. Strange.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Who should I be listening to? Weird Entity A or B? Or neither? Let's just stay the course for now. The Bureau's in danger. You know we need to repair the nail. The astral plane won't break reality on my watch. Worse and worse. That's the cave sand. Looks like the astral bleed goes both ways. Hiss in the astral plane? That didn't go so well.
a main spin.
What?
Look how many I have. Anyhow.
Entry day plus 86. Hercules and Mabel. I mean, in numbers 3 and 11 attacked my staff today. 2 fatalities. 3 if you count Mabel. She was always so kind. As a result, we are abandoning the Foundation. Northmore gave the order to transfer our resources to the upper floors. Now that my control points allow us to safely come and go from the New York streets, did I forget to include that fact in my previous logs? I've been so busy using the arrays I made. Control points have been established throughout the oldest house. Excuse me if I don't sound excited, it's just... A few months ago, I would have been overjoyed to leave the Foundation. Now I realize I've grown fond of it. There's something deep in the stone here, deeper than that watching presence. Something more. I feel it needing me. I won't go. I refuse. Northmore won't be happy, but so be it. I'm starting to see him for what he is. An impotent storm. Father Shane in a cheap suit.
Shit, that's who my friend's hitting on right now. See, right there, the one dressed like Hannah Montana?
In LA, we call that look Nickelodeon chic.
Wait, LA? Los Angeles? California. That's awesome, man. What do you do out there? I'm an actor. Wow, that's really impressive. Thank you. Thank you. In fucking movies? Fucking movies. Pretty much. Look at you. What? Anything I've seen? What movies? Oh, all sorts of movies with all-male casts. All-male casts? Like Glengarry Glen Ross? Like that? Like Glenn and Gary suck Ross's meaty cock and drop their hairy nuts in his eager mouth. Is that like a sequel? Sort of. It's a reimagining. Oh, like The Wiz. More erotic. And with less women. No women, to be exact. I apologize in advance if I am out of line here, but are you in gay porn? Guilty as charged. Are you fucking with me? I thought you recognized me at first, that's why. Oh, okay, I get it. You're not my demographic, so I'm not insulted. Not really. Who's your demographic? Do you love pussy? I do. Then not you. Oh, okay. Very much. Oh, Jesus Christ. My friend's being a total ass of herself hitting on her old high school crush. Oh, God, that's...
Justin Long is such a versatile... such a versatile actor, bro. Is there even a cameo if it was that, if it's what inspired? Well, you could say, was it Ben Stiller in Big Destiny? And Hugh. So after this part of this mission, I'll hop off. I'm expecting enemies. Because it's coming out here. Fucking toss. that's my kill. Look at this fucking count. I'm making all my kills them to get the fucking trophy. Maybe. It looks like we have enough to fucking dodge, but it doesn't. Jesus! Move! Whew.
There's the etching.
I feel like I've killed a lot of people with this move. Certainly enough for this fucking trophy.
They sure changed their tune all of a sudden. I'm overthinking this whole board former thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do. But I've got my intuition. And you.
If it isn't my favorite director. The nail is almost repaired. You really do have a knack for this kind of work.
Any progress with the nail?
Of course. I've been busy with surface analysis. Its composition is remarkably similar to that of material found in the astral plane, but it alters itself between my observations. It's almost as if it doesn't like being examined.
So the nail is from the astral plane?
Not necessarily. See, if we assume that, we're suddenly facing a lot of new questions. How did something so large get out of the astral plane? How did it get inside the oldest house? Did a threshold bring it in? Did people? Maybe through the motel.
Maybe it was always here.
Doubtful.
Have you spent any time looking into the crystals growing around here?
As if I could resist. The biggest question is where it comes from. A threshold? Or is it native to the Foundation? But if so, why doesn't it grow in the rest of the oldest house? The fact that they returned to an earlier state when damaged is severely inconsistent with our reality's adherence to linear time. So either they're A, partially conscious, or B, organic elements that are foreign to and yet influenced by our dimension. The jury's still out. Have you learned anything about the crystals?
I have a power that lets me stretch them.
Huh.
Yep.
And destroy them.
Any idea what Marshall would be doing down here?
That information is on a need-to-know basis, Faden. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But honestly, I never had much interaction with Marshall. She only came to me when she was looking for Darling. But this is Helen Marshall we're talking about, the woman who single-handedly dealt with the Bergen Peak AWE. If she's down here, it's because she needs to be.
Well, clearly she couldn't handle this one on her own.
So I'm wondering if we got the shooty one first, would we have done these two ones first? Because I'm assuming the entire DLC is this one massive mission. That's what I'm assuming it is. Because if we exit it...
I'll see you later, Emily.
Good luck. Take notes.
Because if we exit this... See, we only have a couple other areas left. You know, and these areas are like the hidden areas before we got our powers. So I'm assuming that's that, you know? Maybe after the next stream we'll be done this DLC. It's just I have a lot more trophies left, you know, from this. I mean, we got 3 trophies tonight. We got that one, good. We're nearly done that one. I don't know what's going on with that. It's stuck at 2%, which is weird. I'm 50% done hidden locations. It's weird. 68 collectibles. I'm 50% done all missions. So there's maybe one more main mission, and then that Neko mission. Alright, so I'm gonna have to fucking, I don't know, I'm gonna have to watch guides and shit, definitely for the hidden locations. the collectibles. But then again, like, I don't know if the hidden locations is a part of the collectibles or not. And I need to milk that somehow. This thing, I don't know why it's just stuck at 2%, but hopefully it just pops off. Maybe, hopefully. But after that, we'll be done. We'll be fucking done. He's still playing Saints Row. Wake, Alan, wake. We're already done more than him. I think he didn't. Maybe he did this DLC before the Foundation. Maybe. Wait, let me check that. It took 6 minutes to unlock every single trophy. Wait. Then you need to do a scene for the actual plot. Legends mode was fucking annoying, bro. The plot was very easy, but then I liked the Iggy Island stuff, but Legends mode fucking sucked. Half of my time playing the game. See, when did we get the plat? The 20th of June last year. When did we complete Legends? Nearly a month later. Wait, no. Then that as well. Then we had to do New Game Plus after that, which I completed within a week. Yeah, that's what I was checking. Is this is the second. Yeah. 27th. Yeah, I was correct. He did this DLC before Foundation, because it forces you to do that, which is a little bit weird, but okay. Chicken police. Fuck me, they're doing DLC for this game. I was considering starting The Boys, but I don't wanna. I wanna watch The Equalizers and just watch the 3 movies done. So it'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Too easy. Then I will start The Boys soon after. Then what's that? Where we can watch the movies. Let's look at. Select cinema, my local one. Let's do Thursday. Shit. Shit. Only gold class? The fuck? That's fucking bizarre. Why only gold class? That's fucking cringe. That's like insanely cringe, bro. That. On Wednesday, my birthday, it's every day. But then Thursday, Friday, onward, like just the only. Why is it only gold class? It's so cringe. Today, it's really pushing fucking like I'll easily do VMAX fine, but not fucking gold class. Fuck gold class. I will see if they update it. If they fucking don't, that's fucking irritating. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up. Look at Cody Rhodes, bro. Is this his game? Like, is the front cover his face? It's still crazy that, like, how expensive fucking every 2K game is. Like, this makes sense. 150 gigabytes because it's a massive game. It takes you like 90 hours to plat. But then this game, why is it that big? Like, you might as well just watch it. What I was going to look up is... look up Dune. It's weird how they're making it kind of like the opposite of Resident Evil, because Resident Evil Japanese, the game is Biohazard. So like in English it's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, but in Japanese it's Biohazard 7 Resident Evil or some shit like that. But then here, after they did Yakuza Like a Dragon, but then Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I don't know if it's like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a sequel to remake, which I didn't know that. I thought it was the same game, like with Persona 5 and Strikers. I don't know if this is a brand new game or if it's... That's the same character. So I don't know if it's a sequel or not. So no, it's legitimately in Japanese it wasn't Yakuza, it was Like a Dragon. I would love to play them, but I have to like reserve like an entire year for them. I don't know why, but Street Fighter 6 looks fucking shit. But Tekken looks phenomenal. Mortal Kombat 1, I wanted to get that game, but I'd only get... Ooh. Holy shit. This is probably the DLC people will get, because it's Omni-Man, Homelander, and Peacemaker. Having Homelander in fucking Mortal Kombat is so crazy to me. It's so weird how Mortal Kombat became from just being like a cool in-universe thing, then it crossed over with the DC Universe, which is Mortal Kombat versus the DC Universe. Which, that's found success, which inspired Injustice 1, which I fucking love, and that made Injustice 2, which is, people say is better. People are still waiting on Injustice 3. And because of the success of putting like Scorpion and Sub-Zero in Injustice, I assume that's what inspired Mortal Kombat to start like, let's put DC characters in their Mortal Kombat games. Then it just fleshed out from there. You know, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we got Hellboy, we got fucking Terminator, RoboCop, we got, now, sure, DC characters like Peacemaker, but then you got like Omni-Man and Homelander, you know, like, it's crazy, you know. I want there to be a singular Mortal Kombat game that has every single character from every fucking game just there that you can just play as. What is this? This is what I mean. Because Josh Brolin's character didn't have hair in the first movie, now he does have hair. How long has he been out there? Cricket 24, that's... I do not know anyone who'd want to play these cricket games where... Cricket is such a niche sport in my viewing because it's not worldwide. It's only in like a handful of countries, so like Australia, UK, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. It's in some African countries, I think, but that's basically it. Nowhere else plays cricket. Let me look it up. Afghanistan, Australia, Bangladesh, England, India, Ireland, that's given, New Zealand, that's given, Pakistan, yes, South Africa, Sri Lanka, West Indies, Zimbabwe, Canada. Right. Test playing countries is the ones I've said, besides Canada, but then associate and affiliate countries is Canada, Namibia, Nepal, the Netherlands, Papua New Guinea, United Arab Emirates, USA, not really, regions, Europe, Asia, rest of the world. Yeah, it's a very niche sport. Like, I thought it was just, like, not America, but no, it's like, Europe doesn't have it, you know? It's only the countries that England has, like, incorporated, you know? India, which spread over to Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Australia, because we know the story that Australia was the prison ground, which is not entirely true. It was Christmas Island, but it's still crazy it's called Christmas Island, not only because of that fact, but it's actually called. It's so tiny.
This paradise-looking island is called Christmas Island, so you might be wondering, well, what's it got to do with Christmas, and is there any link with Easter Island? The answer is not really. They were both just discovered on those days, this in the 17th century on Christmas Day by William Miners. It was a British island until it became Australian. Now it's a detention facility, but also has nice beaches and native crabs.
It's so weird that people can live on basically a prison ground.
With two wings is an imposter. Is an imposter. Some of
What? My brain is going boom. I've tried to add in as much as I can, but essentially, I think for most of them in Australia, I don't know if it's true, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but there are these bugs that I thought were wasps, but they could have been hoverflies, which are mimics of wasps and bees. And I've been bamboozled by a bug, and it's, well, bugging me.
with two wings is an imposter. is a wasp. Oh, never mind. I had thought this was a wasp, but I was wrong. Because take a close look at the wings. Notice how it has one wing on each side, and 2 wings total. Okay, so now let's compare this original insect to this new insect. It looks similar, but if you look closely, you can tell there's 2 wings here. So this insect has 4 wings. We have been fooled by a bug. Devastating. Which of these is the real wasp? The insect with 4 wings is a wasp, and the insect with 2 wings is an imposter. Some of them mimic wasps, others mimic bumblebees, but they can't sting you because if it just has 2 wings, it's a type of fly called a hoverfly. This
Australians, no worries, mate. He is only 97% deadly. You want to know, but you're not going to like what this is. This is an egg of anywhere between 300 and 400 spiders. Yep, you can add this to another reason not to go to Satan's playground. There are actually 17 different spider species that hatch like this. However, humans don't typically see this because they prefer to do it in a dark and deep location, probably around the vicinity of hell itself. The problem is because so many are born like this, you won't know what species is coming out of it until it's taking your mortgage. It's kind of like a lucky dip, only you're lucky dipping into Pandora's box. Now, not only that, the parents, to protect the babies, will actually coat this in a venom. And let me just say this right now, if this venomous liquid drips on you, it'll be so excruciating, you may as well be having a tickling fight with Satan. So if you do see this in your house, just move. I mean, what advice do you want? It's pulsating. Oh yes, and don't get too comfortable the rest of the world, because although this is in Australia mainly, scientists over the last 3 years have found 3 different spider species that do this in North America. And one more thing, send this to literally anyone you know to completely waste their time, because I'm pretty sure this is CGI. Don't believe anything you hear, but if this did exist, Mars anyone? Get on! Australia.
So I've just got home from work, I've just got changed, and I've just noticed that my hair's gotten to a point where suddenly it looks very familiar to a phase that TikTok went through, I'm pretty sure. And I'll just show you, hang on, let's just see the hair and the shirt. I'm sorry, it's a bit see-through, but this thing just so I'm just not.
The great bustards are a bigger.
Bad phone luck. Twigs with his broken screen and you with the lost phone. Fuck, dude. What, you want a night out or something? Oh, guys, I really need to poo. Fudge. I can feel it in my bowels, dude. I need to poop. I It's sad because the stream has done well. Alright, guys, I've got to go. It's actually getting a bit of an emergency. I love you guys. Bye.
Hey, literally just fucking joined. I legit just joined and that kind of ended. Anyways, to top off, I'm gonna watch Equalizer tonight. Yeah, which should be exciting. Because this is I wanted to see Equalizer 3 in cinemas, but I just didn't. Don't know why, I just didn't. Fuck me. Resi 8 came out in 2021. What the fuck? I thought that came out like fucking 2022. I have that. I have Resi Origin Collection 2, 3, OG4, and 8 all in its wrapping still. And I got... Here's the kicker. I remember getting Resi 2, 3, and 4 and the Origins Collection on my 19th birthday. So in 2021. You know how fucking crazy that is? I'm turning 22 this week. I've had those games sitting there waiting for me to play. But me thinking of a game for me to play that's just a one-off, like with Alan Wake 1 and 2, now Control. RoboCop, which led into fucking Terminator. Ghost of Tsushima, that made sense because I got that on Christmas, which is good, I played it. But then all these other games I've had for years that I just haven't played, like Prey, The Order, Trevor, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. There's some games here I just took from my brother's room because you know, it's either he wants to sell them or I buy them off him, because I have God of War, which was his, Horizon, which was his, both Shadow games, then every other game is mine. I mean, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, the disc version, so I don't need to buy them. Alan Wake 2 is fucking phenomenal. I urge everyone to fucking play that game. That game's fucking phenomenal. Alan Wake 2. I mean, you do need to at least see the lore for Alan Wake 1. Technically also with Control. However, you don't really. So yeah. We'll turn on the speakers. Haha. Alright, see you tomorrow, hopefully.